There is a burden that you carry every single day. It is so silent that sometimes you forget it is even there. But please, stop for just a moment and feel your shoulders. They're heavy, aren't they? This weight, it is not made of stone. It is not made of iron. It is forged from the heat of praises, from the crushing expectations of your parents, and the judging eyes of strangers whom you have never even met. You carry it into the boardroom to prove you are intelligent. You carry it onto social media to show that you are happy. And then you carry it into your restless sleep, terrified that if you let it go, you will no longer be anyone at all. You are afraid to put this golden weight down because you have been told that this rock is your only value. You believe that without being special, the world will forget you like a piece of dust lost in the wind. We live in an era of performance, a time where a person's worth is not measured by who they are, but by the size of the shadow they cast upon the pavement. We carve our own souls until they bleed, just to fit into a mold that society has already cast for us. We polish the shell while the heart inside is slowly withering away from a lack of authenticity. But here is the cruelest paradox of all. The more you inflate this ego to prove your importance, the more cramped, fearful, and profoundly empty your inner world becomes. Welcome to the still mind, a small rest stop for your soul in this noisy, chaotic world. Today, let us lay down this heavy burden together, not to become weaker, but to let the wounds on your shoulders breathe, and to let your spirit finally find its way home. Chapter 1. The Script of Echoes. Carl Jung, the explorer of the human psyche, once gave us a truth that stings. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Why do you despise the one who boasts? Is it because deep in your own shadow you also crave that same attention? But the fear of judgment has forced you to bury that hunger so very deep. Psychology calls this compensation. The smaller and more lacking we feel inside, the louder we must scream on the outside, just to drown out the silence of our own insecurity. Your pride is not strength. It is the heartbreaking cry of a self-esteem that is starving to death. It is a beggar who needs the world's constant validation just to feel that it still exists. In Eastern philosophy, this is the image of the hungry ghost, a belly as wide as a mountain because of an endless greed, but a throat as thin as a needle. You devour 1,000 praises, yet not a single word can reach the hunger of your soul. We have become junkies of validation. We sit there, waiting for a small red icon to appear on our screens, just to feel a cheap drop of dopamine, telling us that we still matter. You post a photo, and you check it every 5 minutes. If the world is silent, you feel invisible. You feel worthless. But ask yourself, do you live for your own heart, or for the strangers in that glowing box? You have handed the remote control of your peace to the crowd. You dance when they laugh, and you die when they look away. You are no longer the master of your life. You are a puppet to the strings of praise and blame. We spend our years building magnificent sandcastles right at the edge of the water, and then we spend our lives in terror of the rising tide. It is an exhausting war, and I promise you, you are already destined to lose. The more you try to be someone important, the more you forget the person who was already enough before you ever put on a mask. You have traded simplicity for a very painful complexity. The ego is never satisfied. It is a black hole. It will eat your time, your health, and your most sincere relationships. And in the end, it will still coldly ask, "Is that all?" I know you are so tired, but please understand that this exhaustion is not because you have worked too hard. It is because you have performed for too long. Performing the role of a happy person, performing the role of an unbreakable success. You are afraid to fall. You are afraid to be seen as weak. So you sew a fake smile upon your lips with golden thread. You lie to the world, and you lie to yourself that everything is fine. But truth is never fine under a lie. That mask, it has become too heavy because it is not your face. It is time for us to have the courage to look directly at the reality of who we are.
Chapter 2. The Logic of Anonymity. The ancient Stoics left us a medicine for the mind. They taught us that trying to control your reputation is exactly like trying to carve your name on the surface of a river. Reputation, it does not belong to you. It lives in the minds of other people. And you know that the human mind changes faster than the monsoon winds. Today they worship you. Tomorrow they will trample you without a second thought. Why are you so willing to hand the key to your happiness to people you don't even respect? Why does the opinion of a stranger have the power to destroy your entire day? Look at an emerald. It does not become more beautiful because someone praises it, and it does not lose its green because someone insults it. It shines simply because its nature is to shine. Learn to be the lighthouse. The lighthouse does not shine to beg the ships to see it. It shines because it is light. Whether the ships come or not, whether the sea is calm or a storm rages, it remains firm, bright, and unfazed. You cannot control the thoughts of the world. Trying to please everyone is a guaranteed recipe for exhaustion and failure. Let go of that madness. Instead of building a fame under the blinding artificial lights, build your character in the silence where no one is watching. That is the only wealth that no one can steal and time cannot decay. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius once whispered to himself, "Soon you will have forgotten all things, and soon all things will have forgotten you." These words are not meant to make us sad. They are meant to set us free. Does this truth frighten you, or does it make you feel light? If 100 years from now no one remembers your name, then right now you are completely free to live a life of meaning according to your own soul, not for a single applause. Stop living in the theater of others, waiting for a standing ovation. It is time to come back and master the small stage of your own life, deep, quiet, and honest. Chapter 3. The Healing of Simplicity. To heal the sickness of an inflated ego, we do not need grand gestures or difficult rituals. We only need to begin with the smallest, most humble practices of daily life. Practice 1. The art of losing. In a meaningless argument with a loved one or a colleague, When your ego begins to scream for victory, try to smile and say, "You are right. Perhaps I was wrong." Watch your ego struggle. Watch it squirm like a child having a tantrum, and just smile at it. Surrender does not make you small. It makes your soul as vast as the sky, able to hold every river. Practice 2, anonymous service. Every day, choose one tiny good deed. Pick up a piece of litter, straighten someone's shoes, but make a vow to tell absolutely no one, not even those closest to you. The energy of a good deed, when it is not leaked through the mouth of boasting, will turn inward to nourish your inner strength. It will crystallize into silent merit, making your presence glow in a way that no medicine can ever replicate. Practice 3, meditating while washing the dishes. When you wash a bowl, do not wash it just to get it clean so you can do something else. Wash the bowl just to wash the bowl. Feel the cool water. Feel the smoothness of the porcelain. When you are fully present in this tiny act, the illusion of a great me will naturally dissolve. In that moment, there is no washer, there is no bowl. There is only life flowing, complete and at peace. Practice 4, comforting the inner child. Whenever you feel hurt or offended by a criticism, step back, look inside. It is not you who is in pain. It is only that sensitive child from years ago, crying for the world's approval. Tell that child, you don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to be great to have value. This sentence is the strongest medicine to destroy the monster of the toxic ego. Learn the virtue of the earth. The earth receives everything, from the most fragrant flowers to the foulest waste. But the earth never complains. It silently embraces and transforms it all into the nutrients for life. When you dare to be ordinary, you finally touch true greatness, because the greatest person is not the one on the throne of power, but the one who can stand lower than everyone else while their soul remains calm and free. True love never comes with conditions. It begins with learning to love yourself, including your most imperfect parts and the scars that you have tried so hard to hide. This life is not a marathon to win a medal of recognition. It is a journey inward to wake up, to realize that you were already enough from the very moment you were born. True happiness is not found in what you possess. It is found in what you have the courage to let go. When your hand opens, the entire universe fits inside your palm.
My dear friend, you have carried that weight for far too long. You have worn that mask until it is tired. It is time. You are allowed to rest. Have the courage to let it go. Do not be afraid. That golden rock was never you, and its disappearance is the beginning of true life within you. When you are no longer a someone in the eyes of the world, you can suddenly connect with everything in the universe. You are no longer a lonely island. You are the vast ocean. True greatness is daring to live an ordinary life in an extraordinary way, finding beauty in every breath, in the smile of a child, or in a warm cup of tea on a quiet morning. You do not owe the world a fake smile or a glittering success. You owe yourself a life of freedom, authenticity, and deep inner peace. Go home now. The house of truth is always open, where the burden of performance has been left behind on the long road. There you are always loved for exactly who you are, even if you are no one. This peace, it has always belonged to you. I am the still mind. Thank you for spending this moment of silence with me. May you find a peaceful mind in this chaotic world. Peace is within.